Hello, everyone. Welcome to Research in Motion, where ideas take shape, questions lead to discovery, and research becomes a journey. Whether you're students, a scholar, or a curious mind, this is your space to explore the heart of research, one step at a time. So today we are going to explore an important concept in academic research, which is the research problem. We will look at what a research problem is, how it connects to a problem statement, and where research problems usually come from. By understanding this, you will be better prepared to define a clear and meaningful direction for your own research project. When you start doing academic research, one of the first things you will encounter is the research problem. This is a crucial part of the process because it gives you study purpose and direction. Whether you are writing a short paper or a full-length thesis, having a well-defined research problem is essential. So, what is a research problem? A research problem is the specific issue or gap in knowledge that your study aims to address. It is not a general topic, but a focused explanation of what your research is trying to explore or understand. More formally, a research problem identifies what has not yet been studied or fully understood in your area of interest. This is often referred to as a research gap. To help make this idea clearer, consider an example. Let's say you are interested in studying first-generation Indonesian college students. You notice that there is very little research on the challenges these students face when writing their thesis. Because of this, many of them struggle to finish and end up dropping out. Your research could focus on identifying and understanding these challenges. In this case, your research problem highlights the issue, explains why it matters, and sets the stage for what you plan to investigate. There are two main types of research problems. The first type is theoretical, which focuses on expanding knowledge in particular field. The second type is applied, which aims to find solutions to real-life problems. For example, if your research helps first-generation Indonesian students complete their thesis more successfully, then your study would be considered applied. Both types are valid and useful, depending on the goal of your research. Once you have identified your research problems, you need to express it clearly in the form of a problem statement. A problem statement is a short paragraph that summarizes the issue your research will address and how you plan to do it. While your research problem may take a few paragraphs to explain in details, the problem statement is meant to be brief and focused. Here's an example. Rural communities in Indonesia often lack access to clean water, which leads to high rates of waterborne diseases and infant mortality. Despite the seriousness of this issue, there is limited research on whether community-led water supply projects are effective in addressing the problem. A study that explores the impact of these projects would help fill that research gap. The problem statement in this case would summarize the issue and explain the purpose of the research. Now, let us look at where research problems come from. In most cases, research problems arise from gaps in the existing literature. These gaps exist when an important issue has not been fully explored. There are a few common situations that lead to research gaps. The first is when the new technologies or discoveries emerge. For example, when artificial intelligence became widely accessible, there was a very little research on its impact in many areas. This opened up many opportunities for researchers to explore new questions. The second situation is when certain contexts are understudied. Much research tends to be concentrated in specific regions or populations. For instance, many psychology studies rely on participants from Western countries. If you notice that a particular context or location has not been studied enough, this could be a strong basis for your own research. The third situation is when there are disagreements in existing studies. Researchers often have different opinions or findings about the same issue. When this happens, it shows that the topic still needs further explorations. Your study could help clarify the situation or offer a new perspective. To summarize what we have covered, a research problem is a clear explanation of the issue your study will investigate. It includes the problem itself, its importance, and what you plan to do in response. A problem statement is a short and focused paragraph that summarizes the research problem and your intended approach. Research problems come from gaps in the existing literature. These gaps may result from new developments, understudied contexts, or ongoing debates among researchers. Understanding your research problem clearly is one of the most important steps in the research process. A strong research problem will guide your entire study, from the question you ask to the method you choose. Take time to reflect on it carefully and make sure it is well articulated before you move on to writing your proposal or starting your investigation. That's all from me, and see you again next time. Bye bye.